Nestled in the rugged and arid Superstition Mountains of Arizona, there lies a treasure so elusive that it has captivated adventurers and treasure hunters for generations. This is the story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, a legend that has sparked more than a century of search, speculation, and mystery. The treasure, said to be hidden by the mysterious prospector Jacob Waltz, has remained one of the most famous unsolved riddles in American history. Despite numerous attempts, the exact location of the gold mine has never been discovered, and many believe that the mine may never be found, forever concealed within the jagged peaks and treacherous landscape of the Superstitions. The story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine begins wealthy beyond his wildest dreams. But Waltz was no fool. He knew the dangers of revealing such a secret. As the story goes, he carefully concealed the location of the mine, never fully disclosing it to anyone. Waltz supposedly made several trips to the mine, transporting the gold in secret, but he never took anyone with him, leaving only cryptic clues for those who might follow in his footsteps. In the years following his discovery, Waltz became a recluse, rarely seen in town and often ill, which led to the belief that he had become cursed by the very gold he had discovered. In 1891, Jacob Waltz passed away, but before his death, he allegedly revealed the secret of the mine's location to a trusted companion, a man named Julia Thomas. According to some versions of the story, Waltz's final words were a cryptic map or series of directions that would lead to the hidden treasure. Other accounts suggest that he spoke of a landmark near the mine, something that would help a would-be prospector find his way. But despite the information he reportedly provided, no one was ever able to locate the gold mine. In the years that followed, numerous treasure hunters ventured into the Superstition Mountains, combing the rugged terrain in search of the legendary mine. Some believed that the clues Waltz left behind were too vague or misleading, while others argued that the mountain range was simply too vast and treacherous for anyone to successfully uncover the mine's secret location. Over the decades, the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has become a symbol of both promise and peril. Many adventurers have entered the Superstitions with high hopes, only to meet untimely deaths or disappear without a trace. The harsh environment, wild animals, and the vastness of the mountains have claimed more than one life in pursuit of the lost treasure. The Superstition Mountains have become a place of fear and fascination, where even experienced explorers have turned back in the face of danger. Many locals consider the mountains cursed, and some believe that anyone who seeks the gold is doomed to fail. Despite the many failures in the passage of time, the legend of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine continues to attract treasure hunters from all corners of the world. The allure of the treasure, and the mystery surrounding its location, is simply too powerful to ignore. The stories of Waltz and his gold have been passed down through generations, and even today, there are still those who believe that the mine is out there, hidden away, waiting to be discovered. One of the most fascinating aspects of the story is the fact that no one can agree on the exact location of the gold mine. Some believe that it lies deep within the heart of the Superstition Mountains, while others argue that it may be located in the foothills or along the desert's edge. Over the years, countless expeditions have been launched, each one following a different interpretation of the clues Waltz allegedly left behind. Some treasure hunters have even claimed to have found pieces of evidence, old tools, gold nuggets, or mysterious markings on rocks, that suggest they were close to the mine's location. Yet, despite these promising leads, the treasure has remained elusive. The Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has inspired a wealth of theories, some plausible and others far-fetched. One popular theory suggests that the mine is hidden in a canyon known as the La Barge Canyon, located in the heart of the Superstitions. According to this theory, the canyon is home to an ancient and well-concealed cave system that could house the treasure. Other theories propose that the mine may have been sealed off by Waltz himself, possibly with an elaborate trap or hidden mechanism designed to keep anyone from ever discovering it. Some even speculate that the treasure may have been hidden in plain sight, disguised or buried under layers of earth and rock, waiting for the right person to uncover it. Another theory revolves around the notion that Waltz may not have hidden the treasure at all, but instead, he simply kept it with him for years, slowly distributing the gold to those around him in secret. Some argue that Waltz may have died before he could reveal the location, leaving behind only a trail of confusion and misdirection. Theories like these only add to the mystique of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, turning it into a legend that refuses to die, no matter how many years pass. As we delve deeper into the story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, one thing becomes clear: it is more than just a treasure hunt. It is a quest for something deeper, an understanding of the mysteries of the past and the desire to solve a puzzle that has remained unsolved for over a century. The story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine continues to captivate those who seek it, and with each new generation of adventurers, the legend grows ever stronger. As the decades have passed, the story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has evolved into something more than just a tale of treasure. It has become a legend shrouded in danger, death, and a seeming curse. The prospect of unimaginable wealth has driven countless individuals to risk their lives, sometimes losing more than they could have ever anticipated. The harsh environment of the Superstition Mountains, combined with the elusive nature of the treasure, has claimed many lives, further adding to the myth of the curse that some say hangs over the gold. The first recorded death linked to the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine occurred in the early 1900s. In 1892, a man named Adolph Ruth, a physician from Washington, D.C., became one of the most famous casualties of the hunt. Ruth, a passionate treasure hunter, was drawn to the legend of Waltz's gold. Armed with a map he believed was linked to Waltz's directions, Ruth set out on an expedition into the Superstition Mountains, determined to uncover the hidden treasure. Despite his efforts, Ruth was never heard from again. His disappearance sparked a massive search, but it wasn't until months later that his body was discovered. The remains were found near the base of the mountains, and what made Ruth's death particularly chilling was the fact that his skull had a bullet hole in it. Many speculated that Ruth had been murdered by someone, possibly a fellow treasure hunter, who wanted the gold for themselves. However, no one could ever definitively determine what had happened to Ruth, and his death only deepened the mystery surrounding the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine. Some believe that Ruth had discovered something, whether the treasure or a clue, but paid the ultimate price for it. Ruth's death wasn't the only tragedy tied to the mine. Over the years, dozens of adventurers met untimely fates in the Superstitions, many of them in circumstances that seemed too suspicious or coincidental to be ignored. In 1931, a man named James J. Azor set out to find the mine with a group of companions. Azor, a miner by trade, had heard the rumors of the treasure and believed that he could uncover its location. He was well equipped and confident in his abilities. Yet, after several days of searching, Azor and his team were found dead, their bodies scattered and their belongings mysteriously missing. The cause of death was unknown, and some speculated that they had been attacked by other treasure hunters, while others argued that they had fallen victim to the harsh conditions of the mountains. As the years passed, the story of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine became increasingly tied to the idea of a curse. Many believed that the treasure was not just hidden, but protected by some malevolent force. The mountains, with their steep cliffs, unpredictable weather, and rugged terrain, seemed to conspire against those who ventured too deep into the wilderness. Even experienced explorers, accustomed to harsh conditions, had fallen victim to the unforgiving landscape. And yet, despite all the deaths and disappearances, the allure of the treasure continued to attract new seekers. It's this strange dichotomy, the promise of wealth paired with the deadly risks, that has drawn adventurers from all over the world to the Superstition Mountains. Some, like Adolph Ruth and James Azor, met grisly ends in their pursuit of the gold, while others turned back in fear, unwilling to face the dangers of the mountains. But for those who continued, the search for the Lost Dutchman's gold mine became an obsession, one that seemed to consume their very lives. What makes the story of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine so captivating, however, is not just the danger or the deaths. It's the fact that the treasure still remains elusive. Despite the many lives lost, the mine has yet to be found, and the mysteries surrounding it only continue to grow. For many, the search for the gold is more than just a quest for riches, it's a symbol of the human desire to uncover the unknown, to solve riddles that have remained unsolved for centuries. The idea that there might still be treasure hidden in those mountains, waiting for the right person to find it, keeps the dream alive. But for those who have dedicated their lives to the hunt, the question remains: what is the price of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine? Is it worth risking everything for a chance at finding the treasure? Many have tried, and many have failed. The mountains continue to guard their secrets, and the treasure remains as elusive as ever. Despite the dangers, some treasure hunters remain undeterred. The most recent wave of interest in the Lost Dutchman's gold mine can be attributed in part to the popularity of modern treasure hunting shows and documentaries, which have reignited public interest in the legend. New explorers continue to venture into the Superstition Mountains, armed with modern technology, hoping that their methods will be the ones to finally uncover the treasure. Some have even argued that the key to finding the mine lies not in brute force or luck, but in deciphering the complex and cryptic clues that Waltz allegedly left behind. One of the most intriguing clues is the so-called Dutchman's Map, a document that many believe was drawn by Jacob Waltz himself. This map supposedly shows the location of the treasure, though its authenticity has been debated for years. Some believe it is a genuine artifact, while others think it's a clever hoax designed to mislead treasure hunters. Nonetheless, the map remains one of the most sought-after pieces of evidence in the quest to find the Lost Dutchman's gold mine. Despite the growing number of searches and expeditions, the mystery of the mine persists. And with each new generation of treasure hunters, the legend grows stronger. But with the increased danger and risk comes the knowledge that the gold may never be found. Many who embark on the quest do so knowing that they may never return, and yet they press on, driven by the unshakable belief that the treasure is out there, waiting to be claimed. For some, the Lost Dutchman's gold mine represents more than just a physical treasure. It symbolizes the idea that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, that some puzzles are simply too complex to be unraveled. Whether the mine ever comes to light or not, its story will continue to captivate those who dare to seek it. The treasure may be hidden in the mountains, but the allure of the Lost Dutchman's gold mine will never fade. The Lost Dutchman's gold mine is more than just a treasure hunt, it has become a cultural symbol, a legend that continues to captivate imaginations and fuel the dreams of treasure hunters around the world. The mystery of its location, the possible curse that surrounds it, and the rich history behind it all add layers of intrigue that keep people returning to the Superstition Mountains year after year. The unanswered questions, the tragic stories, and the elusive treasure form an irresistible narrative that will likely persist for generations to come. One of the key elements that keeps the legend alive is the enduring question: who is the Dutchman that Waltz refers to in his tale? While Jacob Waltz is often identified as the Dutchman, there is some speculation about whether he was truly the one who hid the gold, or if the treasure has a more complex origin. Some treasure hunters have proposed that the treasure was hidden by Spanish conquistadors long before Waltz arrived in the area. According to this theory, Waltz may have stumbled upon the treasure or inherited it, and his subsequent efforts to keep its location secret would have been an essential part of the myth. Regardless of the true story, the mystery of the Dutchman's identity only adds to the allure of the treasure hunt. Over the years, the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has become part of the collective consciousness. It's a story that captures the imagination with its themes of adventure, danger, and discovery. In many ways, the mine represents the classic allure of treasure hunting, the hope of finding something priceless, the chance to change one's life forever with a single discovery. But what makes the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine particularly captivating is the sense of peril that surrounds it. The Superstition Mountains are not just beautiful, they are also treacherous, full of natural obstacles that have been responsible for many deaths over the years. The combination of beauty and danger makes the hunt for the treasure not only a physical challenge but a mental and emotional one as well. Another reason why the legend continues to capture attention is the constant reinvention of the story. The search for the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has evolved over the years, with each new generation of treasure hunters adding their own spin to the tale. Modern adventurers often use advanced technology, such as GPS, metal detectors, and satellite imagery, to aid their searches. Yet, despite these tools, no one has been able to definitively locate the treasure. This failure only strengthens the mystery and the belief that the mine is protected by some kind of unseen force, perhaps even a curse. As much as the hunt for the treasure is about the gold itself, it is also about the thrill of the chase. The journey into the Superstition Mountains is as important as the destination. Treasure hunters venture into a harsh wilderness, often enduring extreme conditions, desert heat, rocky terrain, and the constant threat of injury or worse. For many, the search is not just about the riches it might bring, but about testing their own limits, overcoming challenges, and pushing themselves to the edge. The Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has become a kind of rite of passage for those seeking adventure in the wild. The curse of the mine, real or imagined, is also a major factor in the lasting appeal of the legend. People are drawn to stories of forbidden knowledge and hidden dangers, and the idea that a treasure is protected by a curse only increases the sense of mystery. Some treasure hunters believe that the gold is cursed, that those who seek it will inevitably meet a grim fate. This belief has been perpetuated by the many deaths that have occurred in the superstitions, as well as the general sense of failure that surrounds the quest. Yet, even with the dangers and the deaths, the allure of the treasure is too strong for many to resist. It is a reminder that some quests are worth the risk, even when the odds of success are slim. Interestingly, the myth of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine is not just confined to the United States. The story has spread internationally, inspiring treasure hunters, historians, and adventurers around the world. The legend has become an integral part of American folklore, with books, documentaries, and even fictional stories based on the search for the mine. The fame of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine has been cemented in pop culture, ensuring that the story will continue to be told for years to come. Yet, the gold remains elusive, and with each passing year, the mystery deepens. New searchers enter the Superstition Mountains, armed with new tools and new theories, but the treasure remains hidden. Some wonder if it will ever be found, or if the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine will remain one of those mysteries that can never be solved. For now, it stands as one of the most enduring legends of treasure hunting, a story that continues to captivate and inspire all those who dare to dream of striking it rich in the rugged hills of Arizona. The enduring fascination with the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine is a testament to the timeless appeal of treasure hunting, adventure, and the pursuit of the unknown. The combination of mystery, danger, and wealth makes it one of the most compelling stories in American folklore. And while the treasure may still be hidden, the legend of the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine will continue to thrive, inspiring future generations of seekers to venture into the Superstition Mountains, driven by the hope that they will be the ones to finally unlock its secrets. So, as the legend lives on, the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine remains an enduring symbol of adventure and mystery, a treasure waiting to be found, and a mystery that may never be solved. The story is far from over, and with every new search, the myth grows stronger, ensuring that the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine will continue to inspire treasure hunters for years to come.